Hi, my name's Joe. I've been a KISS fan since I was 7 years old. My neighbor let me listen to his Love Gun record, and between the album cover and the music, I was hooked. I, like every other kid on my block, was blown away by the pictures I had seen of them, the music I had heard from them, and the rumors I had heard about them. The blood was real. So was the fire. Gene's tongue was a cow's tongue. They always wore the makeup, and no one ever saw them without it. I remember very clearly being at my grandmother's house one afternoon when she was watching General Hospital. A commercial came on for the new record Kiss Unmasked. I ran straight to my mother and asked if I could get it. She told me, "If you go to camp, when you get back, I'll get it for you." Up until that moment, I had argued and fought every day because I didn't want to go to camp. Boom. There I am, waiting to go to camp. I got on that bus and went, and it sucked. 2 weeks of torture. But when I got home, I got that record. I'm 47 now, and like most of you watching this, I never stopped following the band. I've collected everything KISS I could get my hands on. I've seen the band countless times, met them, gone on the cruises, and for the past 5 years, I've even hosted my own podcast about them. Recently, I was sitting in my room and I was thinking, it'd be really cool to tell my story. And then I thought, it'd be even more cool if I could tell our story about our love for the greatest rock and roll band of all time. On this episode, we're going to talk with Kenn and Kara Withers. I met them at the Atlanta KISS convention this year, and we quickly became friends. Turns out, when they met, she wasn't at all a KISS fan, and he totally was. They're married now, but the story is more the engagement and everything that led up to it. At the point when we're filming this, they hadn't even been married a week yet. They have a great story, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Hey, my name's Kenn Withers, and I've been a member of the KISS Army since 1996.
Okay, so tell us your story. How did you discover the band?
I discovered the band on MTV, actually. It was MTV News. They had, the commercials that would come on with like a minute news program. Mm-hmm. And Chris Connolly, I believe his name was talking about Greatest Kiss being released. And I saw the album cover, and then they showed a brief snippet of their reunion, and I was hooked. I went and got the album. I grew up an Army brat, so my dad was stationed out of America a lot, so I didn't get to see him a whole lot growing up. And I knew both him and I bonded over comic books quite a bit. He'd come home usually and have a big stack of comic books for me. And so I thought, well, this band is from his era, and also it's larger than life comic book characters, so this is a great thing to bond over, I imagined. So the next time we went out to the PDX, I found the album, bought it, and I didn't find out till a little later on my dad was not the biggest KISS fan.
What was the record that you bought?
Greatest Kiss.
Oh, so you bought the Greatest KISS album.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Man, from the moment I heard Detroit Rock City, I was hooked. That was the first track on Greatest Kiss, and then
How old were you then?
14.
14.
Yeah.
So you said Sure Know Something?
Yeah, Sure Know Something was probably my first love songs. That was track number 3, I believe.
Man, that's amazing that you know exactly the track. That's awesome. Who's your favorite member?
It's always been Ace.
Oh, Ace, man.
Yeah, and Eric is a close second.
Singer.
Mm-hmm. Or Eric Carr, actually.
Eric Carr?
Yeah, because shortly after Greatest Kiss, I went to a kind of like a media store, I forget what they were called, but like a FYE. Mm-hmm. They're in the mall there in Clarksville, Tennessee, and they had the Kiss Extreme Close-Up VHS tape, which was $50. It's just a ridiculous price, but I got that for my birthday, for my 15th birthday, a few months later, and I wore that tape out. My parents could quote it.
That's
it's
awesome.
Always playing after coming home from school, you know, my brother and I would pop that in. He's 9 years younger than me, so he was around 8 or 9, and we just watched it over and over and over. So we knew all the parts, you know. And then when the Eric Carr part came on with him playing drums to Creatures, we just stare in awe because we thought Eric Carr was amazing.
Right.
$1980. I'm with a buddy of mine, and he's never seen Kiss before in his life. So I take him to go see Kiss. He's, I really want to see him. Come on, buddy. We're going to get ready to see the concert of your life. While we're outside waiting to get in the venue, somebody who recognized me from high school calls me. So I tell him, hey, walk with me. You buddies, hold my spot. Be right back. I take this guy with me. We're going kind of around, you know, corner of the building, talk to some people. We look up, there's Eric Carr walking with his drum tech. They're taking his drums to the stage. So about 17 of us run up to the door. We're screaming, Eric, 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 blah, blah, blah. Eric runs to the door and he pushes it open. So we all run in, and we're walking with Eric and his drum tech, and he's just talking to us like he knew us, you know, from high school. So I got to meet Eric Carr.
My favorite Kiss memory would probably take me back to 1990 when I got backstage on the Hot in the Shade tour and got to meet Eric Carr. Unbeknownst to us at that time, of course, he would be gone a year later. And part of that memory is when he got sick, I actually wrote him a get well letter and sent it off in the mail, never expecting to get anything back or any kind of reply. And I'm not kidding you, on the day he passed away, I went to my mailbox and I pulled out an envelope. It was addressed to me from Lyndhurst, New York. I opened it up, and it was a thank you card from Eric Carr. I still have it. It's very, very special to me, and that's probably my best memory.
I didn't get to see, because we moved around so much, it always seemed like we missed them coming to town with the reunion tour and then the Psycho Circus tour. And so my first concert was with my late wife. We were in our early 20s. I was still in college, around 2003, I think 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tommy's, it was Rock the Nation tour, so 2003 or 2004. And I had fourth row in front of Gene.
Wow.
So it was a big deal. So I was like 22 or 23, say, and so I've been a diehard fan since 14. And so
Right.
it was like a religious experience, seeing them come out on stage, and you're just, whoa, this is them, this is happening.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what, you know, how did it steamroll? Do you have like a Kiss room and Kiss collectibles? And
Since my job, I was working as a database coordinator for a construction company after college. I too moved around a whole lot. It just kept consistent from being an Army brat. So we didn't get to carry a whole lot of stuff. I'd pick up the special editions of a Kiss CD or their new CD and stuff, but I didn't get to really start collecting until about 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Once I started going on the cruises and getting...
where are you now?
We are in Bentonville, Arkansas.
And the and so you got a place there now where
Yeah,
you're
I
collecting
bought a
your
house.
stuff.
I have my own Kiss bedroom. I've got the pinball machine. We have the Dynasty poster above the bed.
Sexy.
Yeah, right? We love having guests over because all they see when they turn out the lights are just pictures of Gene and Paul
That's
and Ace
awesome.
and Peter looking at them through. So, but yeah, Kiss was always there for me while we were moving around, and we were moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, South, North. So culturally, going through the teenage years, you know, like it's a big culture shock jumping from one to the other. And Kiss was the one consistent thing my brother and I could kind of cling to and listen. We you know, had something to bond over. It didn't start out like a me and my brother thing, but it certainly turned into that. And then I eventually met friends through work that were big Kiss fans, so we would talk Kiss shop and everything, and it was a big comfort to have that. And then when my wife passed away, we were actually we were going on Kiss Cruise 4. That was going to be our first Kiss Cruise, and she was really excited to finally see not just one or two Kens, as she called it, but like a whole ship of Kenns just talking about Kiss and their love for Kiss. And she unfortunately passed away before the cruise, but the day of her service, our reservation came up, so I got my ticket and went to the first Kiss cruise by myself, and it meant a lot. And I thought to myself, I want to go on this every year, and maybe not if it has to be by myself, then that's fine, but I want to bring someone every year that I care about with me. So the next year on Kiss Cruise 5, I got to bring all my best friends. We shared a little penthouse room laying on top of each other practically.
Right.
And then Kiss Cruise 6, me and my friend from the industry, the construction industry that was really into Kiss, we got to go, and then started dating Kara, and she went with me on a couple cruises now, 3 cruises. And so now we're married.
That's awesome.
Favorite personal Kiss memory. This is going to get a little emotional. They did their reunion tour in 1996. I saw them in 1997. 5 days before the concert happened, my father passed away. And it was a very difficult week. We were going through visitation at the funeral home, and I still went, but I didn't really want to. But it was the only 2 hours where I could forget about the hell I was going through, and they pulled me through that process.
Favorite personal Kiss memory is easy. When I was 22 years old, I took my brother, who was 11 at the time, to his first Kiss concert, which was 1998 Psycho Circus tour. Watching Kiss through his eyes still chokes me up. It's one of the greatest moments of my life.
I think my first Kiss concert at the Hot in the Shade, and I actually went with my brother, and I actually started to tear up, which is, I feel kind of embarrassed, but I think it's seeing them in person. I guess I never thought I'd actually be able to see them live, so.
My personal favorite memory of Kiss, I have a couple. So one is the first show I ever went to. I got it for my birthday in 1978, and it was the first show I ever went to, so it was a Live 2 tour, and it was just an amazing event. That was the first concert I'd ever went to, and that started it all for me. Since then, I've been to about 300 shows altogether, and but Kiss 43 times. It's just amazing, and I go every time I get the chance. And then my other favorite memory is in 2009. Kiss was in Chicago. I took my son, who at the time was 11, was when I saw them for the first time, and we actually got to go backstage and meet Gene Simmons in full makeup. I was way more nervous than he was. I just about passed out, actually. It was crazy. It was a great time. So I've had a lot of great Kiss memories.
You're married.
We're married.
You're married. It's so awesome.
Yes.
Now, were you a Kiss fan before you?
Oh, no.
No. No?
No, they were scary. I have this clown phobia. And so
Nice.
the face makeup, but it was either a embrace it and enjoy your life and have fun with it, or hate your life because they're everywhere with him. So I have embraced it.
Right.
And it's been a roller coaster, but the funnest roller coaster ever.
Good. So you're a fan now?
Oh yeah, totally. He says I'm still in the honeymoon phase of being a Kiss fan, so I'm the one that's like, we need to Kiss everything. It's like, you need to slow your roll.
Yeah. I will say that she helped me exponentially amass my collection in the last 3-4 years.
Right.
She's like, well, we need all 4 of these. No. I mean, okay, I'm not going to fight you, but...
I understand that 100%.
Yeah.
So how long was it, and how many dates did you go on before he said, oh, by the way, I have a sickness?
I don't think we did. So he's best friends with my brother-in-law. So I kind of knew going into it, like, he's a weird one. But he wanted me to go on Kiss Cruise 5 with him. We had been talking, not officially dating, but he's like, this would be fun, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, no. No, you need to go with your friends. And then after he got back, I was like, why didn't I go with you? That looked like so much fun. So we said then and there that we would do 6 together.
Yes.
And
And
then
then you waited a year.
and then 6 was going to be our last one. And then we're like, well, now we have to go on 7. So then 7 was going to be our last one. And of course we had to do this year. So
Yeah.
And now obviously we'll do next year too.
Gene Simmons had a vault like Q&A at the cruise, and we went to it, and Gene is selling it like Gene can. He's playing a few snippets of these songs, and I'm sitting there all pumped, like just looking over at her, and I think maybe it wasn't even the second or third, like just look over to her like, yeah, we're doing this, right? She's like, yes, we're getting this. We're doing this.
Don't even have to fight about it.
Yeah.
Like,
But after that confirmation, we're looking back and watching the rest of it, and I'm thinking, this would be a perfect way of proposing. Like if I could get this vault experience to happen, where, when we go in one-on-one with Gene and have our private few minutes with him and talking, if I could get maybe just drop down on my knee and propose to her right there, that would be awesome. And little did I know, I knew I went immediately and pretty much bought the ring the following month or two, and then I procrastinated, like, I don't know. To quote my friend Billy, he's like, if you do this, Gene's tied to you and Kara forever. You better make sure, you better drop some hints to Kara to see if she's really cool with this. And I'm like, I don't know. So after, much contemplation, I think it was 2 weeks before the vault, I happened to be at work, and I messaged Keith, and I was like, hey, this is Ken. I'm going to be at the St. Louis show. I was just wondering, I'd like to propose to my girlfriend, and I have a ring, and I'd really like to maybe put it in the vault and surprise her. And he's like, in front of everyone? And I said, sure, yeah, that'll work. And he's like, let me call Gene. And so he calls Gene, and I put my phone back in my pocket, like, well, that was cool. At least I could say, he replied to me. And it was like 2 minutes later, I'm helping some customers, and I hear another ding, and I'm like, hold on. I pull out my phone, and he just puts in big bold letters, he said yes. And I'm like doing a dance and everything.
Awesome.
And I message my friend, and he's like, wow, you're pretty excited that Gene said yes.
better make sure Kara says yes.
Kara says yes.
Okay, so you go up there to get your vault.
Well, so yeah, it happened during when everybody was out there. So Gene told some stories, he played some songs. Keith came out there, and he's like, so there's some people in the crowd that aren't 100% sure, that there's really, really cool things in the vault, and they had some questions about it. So could Ken and Kara come up on stage? And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I didn't have any, I bought the thing. I don't have any questions. And he's like, go.
Yeah. I had to come, like, come on, Kara, come on. She's like, I don't have any questions. I know what's in it. I'm like, Kara,
Yep.
please, get to the front.
So we get up there, and they open the vault, and they're taking out the book, and Ken's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And hands it to me, and I'm like, I know, we've played with this on the cruise. I know what's in it. And they get the medallion and the Gene doll.
Action figure.
So I'm like, okay, well this is cool, but I still don't have questions. Like, what are we doing? And then they open the secret compartment, and he gets this box out, and I immediately knew what was happening, and I was like, oh, you're doing this? You're doing this now?
I had to keep holding her. Like, if you watch the video, I've got my hand on her arm, because she keeps on turning, wanting to
my back towards the crowd, and he knew our friends were there and they were videoing it for us, so he kept turning my body.
just stand right here, look at me, please. And before I even dropped down to propose to her, she's like, yes.
Oh yes.
Awesome.
And then when I opened the box, you know how Gene's very proud of the light in the vault.
Oh yeah.
He was just going over that a few minutes prior, and so when I opened up the box, I got a ring box that had a light inside it. And so before I even got to ask Kara the question, Gene's like, hold on, can I see that? And he's like, fellas, take note. he has a light in the box. Like, he was so happy about it. Like, I'm sure he went off and trademarked it that day, you know?
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you got married just 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And here we are on Kiss Cruise 8. How's it been so far? This is your third,
Third,
and this is your fifth.
Yeah.
So,
can you top the Sail Away shows? Like, that was
unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable. And of course, would you tell people that if they've never been on the Kiss Cruise, they have to figure out how to get on the Kiss Cruise?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just keeps getting better every year. I mean, who would think in 24 hours, I know it doesn't count as the Kiss Cruise, but the pre-party, you saw Vinnie Vincent.
Right.
And then the next night on the Sail Away, you got to see Bruce and Ace on stage with the band, and then you got to see awesome solo shows by Ace. And, like, the first 24 hours has been a Kiss fan's dream. Like, this is
it doesn't really matter what happens the rest of the cruise, because that was like the cream of the crop. Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
Kara, would you say that and Kiss has changed your life now?
Oh yeah. I mean, life is so much fun. We have this, we've bonded over this. I push him to do more things than he probably wants to do with it, but I mean, it's going to be sad. I keep telling him, like, I know that they're old and, like, it has to come to the end, but what are we going to do? Like, what do we do for fun after that?
There should be bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Older. They're older.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on. That's been awesome. We appreciate it.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, my current favorite Kiss memories was a few months ago. I got to hang out with Ace all day. It was just so fucking cool. I loved that, and it was like a dream for me, you know what I mean? Like, I've been listening to him, and the reason I play guitar is because of Ace. And he's playing my guitar, and we're hanging out talking about guitars, and it was just freaking rad, dude. You know? So that's my current favorite.
You know what? I think of so many great things, and really a lot of time I think of so many great people that I have met because of Kiss. But for me, I can go right in my mind to the Halloween parade, 1978, dressed as Kiss. We won Best Group Costumes, and I'm 10 years old. Peter Criss, nonetheless, and it was great. It was my brothers and our friend. And, you know, you think about that time to be a kid and what magic that was dressing up as Kiss.
It's beautiful.
Favorite Kiss memory is right around the time Alive 2 came out, getting the kids in the neighborhood together, making our makeshift Kiss costumes, putting on the face paint, and having our backyard Kiss concert on the deck in my parents' backyard. You know, my little sister flipping the lights on and off in time with the music, baby powder for the smoke in Ace's guitar, you know, ketchup for the fake blood, even lit the, you know, hairspray on fire for Gene breathing fire. It was that was great, a great Kiss memory. That was a lot of fun.
My favorite Kiss memory is probably hours and hours of playing air guitar to Kiss Alive on the old stereo, stacking the records on top of each other as they clanked down, and just, I had an old croquet mallet. It was my parents' croquet mallet that I wrote strings with a magic marker on and played air guitar before I ever learned to play guitar to Ace Frehley on my croquet mallet.